It's a pleasure to address your audience today on the macroeconomic outlook in an era of transitions in the MENA region. So it is important to remind us that there are pressing economic and developmental challenges faced by this region of the world. And in fact, the second term of President Donald Trump has introduced a series of policies in terms of tariffs that are reshaping the global economic and geopolitical landscape globally, but also in the region of the MENA. So these policies, they present several challenges for those countries, impacting, of course, the trade terms, the regional value chain, but also energy markets, foreign aid, and also the diplomatic and partnership relationships. So we stand really at a critical juncture, which will mean that there will be geopolitical and economic and environmental, I would say, uncertainties that we are seeing their convergence, and obviously needs be taken into consideration, and obviously a coordinated action is needed to understand the implications, but also what to do with it. So if we look at the economic outlook, we can see that based on the IMF data, we can still experience a growth in the wider Middle East and North Africa. And in fact, these projections, they show that they can go up to 3.5% on average. And also this is increasing in a way from 2%, but this is still below expectation. Why this recovery also remains quite fragile is because of the downward pressure of the situation that we're seeing already. Of course, we've experienced over the last months lower oil prices because of the situations that we've seen globally, but also still we have ongoing conflicts, also the structural inefficiencies that are persistent, and also the lack of domestic reforms. At the same time, we can clearly see that the public debt is still very high, which is constraining the fiscal space for many countries. And these are all impeding those countries to invest further on their infrastructure and also doing the appropriate reforms that are needed. So we still see the difficulties in those countries. Now, looking at the disruptions that were created by the Trump administration, of course, these are all aspects related to the trade policies and tariffs, increasing tariffs in a unilateral way. And of course, there has been also a lot of negotiations to reduce the tariffs, but the tariffs are back on track in the global economy. And this is also impacting the overall trade policy, the investment policy, FDI. Also, there has been some decisions in terms of the energy market, which has increased the energy market volatility. Also, the Forex is experiencing huge volatility. At the same time, there has been reduction in foreign aid globally. And this is also, I would say, enhancing those uncertainties, and the transition costs are becoming quite high for many countries that are used to receive foreign aid, and also on the external position of those countries. At the same time, there has been some stances on immigration and humanitarian concerns globally, and this is also particularly in the countries that are experiencing conflicts, and Middle East is one of them, particularly with what is happening on the side of Gaza and also Syria. And those are all aspects that one has to be very concerned about. At the same time, there are diplomatic realignments and also a trend towards strategic autonomy. So all of this are the new trends, the new realities of our region. And finally, obviously, we cannot only talk about the challenges. In the challenges and uncertainties, we need to find the opportunities for our region, and these are also associated with a new geopolitical and economic context reshaped by the current conditions we are living in. Of course, there are opportunities of reconstructions, that are opportunities for peacemaking and trying really to move forward new strategic alliances and partnership. At the same time, accelerating as much as possible economic diversification and developing regional value chain. Also push as much as possible the regional cooperation beyond the usual partners. And this is essential too. Give more space to the private sector and to the SMEs to develop innovation, to develop new solutions also within the artificial intelligence era, the digital transition. And it is essential to leverage on the youth in our regions to develop new ideas, new solutions for our societal challenges, and essentially connected to human and brain capital development. And these are all connected not only to in terms of health, but also in terms of education, research and development, and innovation toward a knowledge-based economy. And last but not least, the green transition and the sustainable transition. We cannot shy away from the SDGs. We need to continue. It's important to continue or to live in symbiosis with our planet. So thank you very much. I hope my speech will kick some discussions, and I hope to be with you next year. Thank you very much for Ambassador Piazzi for inviting me once again, and I hope I wish you all the best for the conference.